So every leader runs into this, right? How do you build a culture that doesn't just put up with change, but actually gets better because of it? Well, the secret is actually a pretty simple shift in how you see things. You need to start thinking of yourself as the captain of a ship, getting your crew ready for a huge transformative journey. And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? You pour everything into these ambitious projects, you've got this rock-solid strategy, but it just fizzles out. The whole thing stalls, and you can just feel the team's motivation draining away. So why does this keep happening? The answer is way simpler and a lot more human than we usually think. Way too many leaders get so focused on the destination that they totally forget about the crew sailing the ship. And that, right there, that's the real heart of the problem. Which brings us right into our first section, the captain's dilemma. This is where we're going to dig into that classic clash between the perfect, beautiful plan you've got on paper and the messy, unpredictable, and very real world of human emotions. Okay, this breaks it down perfectly. On one hand, you've got the map. That's your logical, thought-out strategy. But on the other hand, you have the ocean, the choppy, turbulent waters of human doubt, frustration, and resistance. And let's be honest, even the most brilliant map in the world is completely useless if your crew isn't ready to handle the waves. So how do you become the kind of captain who can handle both? Well, it all comes down to mastering two essential tools. You absolutely need your map, which is your process, but you also need your compass, which is what helps you navigate the people. Let's start with the map. This is the rational side of the equation. It's your structure, your logic, that clear direction telling everyone, hey, this is where we're headed. You can't sail without it. It's absolutely essential. A good map usually follows 6 pretty clear stages. First, you plan the vision, and then you communicate that vision. Next, you build and empower the team, and you support them along the way. And, crucially, you have to track your progress so you can continuously improve and adjust your course. That's pretty much your strategic chart in a nutshell. But listen, the map is only half the story. Now we get to the compass, your human toolkit. This is what really powers the journey. It's that set of skills you need to navigate all the emotions, the relationships, and yeah, the resistance of your crew. This is where great leadership really shines. Your compass is made of 5 key skills. First up, showing genuine empathy. Second, you gotta set clear boundaries. Third, making the choice to act instead of just reacting. Fourth, widening your perspective to see the whole picture. And finally, staying positive to keep that morale up. Don't worry, we're gonna see these in action in just a minute. So, here's the most important point of all. Real success isn't about picking the map or the compass. The real secret is learning how to use your human compass to intelligently read and navigate your strategic map. They work together. Okay, that's the theory. Now let's see how this stuff actually works in the real world. I mean, it's in the middle of a storm that you really see what a captain is made of, right? We're going to navigate 2 super common leadership storms where having that human compass makes all the difference. So picture this. You've laid out the plan, you've got the team together, and everything seems like it's on track. But then, one of your key crew members starts digging their heels in, openly criticizing the project in front of everyone. Oof, that's a tough one. A comment like that can absolutely sink a project. It just spreads negativity and sucks the energy right out of the room. So, what do? Our first instinct is usually to either just ignore it or to pull rank and shut it down. But a really skilled captain sees this differently. They don't see an obstacle, they see a signal. And they know it's time to pull out the compass. First thing you do is use empathy. You pull that person aside and you actually listen. And I mean listen to understand, not just to cook up a rebuttal. Because behind almost every criticism, there's a hidden fear. Then, once you've shown you understand how they feel, you set clear boundaries. You might say something like, look, I get your concerns and we'll figure out solutions. But criticizing this in public doesn't help anyone. I need you to work with us constructively. See, it's firm, but it's also fair. All right, let's sail into our second storm. The project's underway, and it's time for a check-in. You get the team together for some feedback, and bam, you get hit with a cold shower of criticism. Wow, that kind of feedback feels direct, it feels brutal. It is so easy to take that personally, to feel attacked, and to immediately get defensive. But again, a great captain stays steady. They don't see a personal attack, they see valuable information. This isn't a mutiny, it's a symptom of a real problem that needs to be solved. Here, the key compass skills are to widen your perspective and to act, not react.
You gotta shift your internal question from, why are they blaming me, to, okay, what's the real issue here? This immediately moves you out of emotion and into problem-solving mode. You can say, thank you for being so honest. Let's focus on one thing, the tools. What's one thing we can improve starting tomorrow? And just like that, you've turned a complaint session into a constructive, collaborative work meeting.
So let's pull all of this together into a quick guide, something you can use to chart your own course as a leader. Think of this as your cheat sheet. When you're facing that initial resistance from one person, your go-to tools are empathy and setting boundaries. When you get slammed with negative team feedback, you widen your perspective and you move to action. For every human storm, there's a tool in your leadership compass. When it's all said and done, the key takeaway is this. A transformation isn't some document or a process you follow. It's people. Your map is essential for direction, yeah? But it's your compass, your deep understanding of people, that makes sure your crew doesn't just survive the journey, but actually reaches the destination together. Which leaves us with one final question for you to really think about. When you face those inevitable storms that come with any big change, what kind of captain are you going to be? Are you going to be the captain who keeps their eyes glued to the map, just plowing ahead no matter what it does to the crew? Or will you be the one who knows when to look up, to read the crew, and to use your compass to guide everyone toward success as one team? The choice, as always, is yours.